All right. First of all, Payton, congratulations on your career high. What was the difference for your team from about the middle of the third quarter on? What turned it around for you?
I think we started finding the inside and being able to kick it out a lot quicker. I know in the first half they were collapsing a lot, and that was giving us a little bit of a hard time, but we started to figure it out, move the ball especially good.
Yeah. What about the defensive effort today? Was there anything in particular you think the team was able to do to keep 14 under wraps and still be able to neutralize everybody else at the same time?
I think we just followed our scout really well. I think AJ did a really good job on finding 14 and sticking with her on finding her quickly, so she couldn't get any transition points.
Yeah.
I think
personally,
sorry. I would say also our
sorry about that.
our ball pressure off the ball made it so that it wasn't easy to find her.
Okay.
Janae, do you have any questions?
I don't have any.
Okay. Bucky, anything else for Payton?
Actually, I do. I was going to ask Payton. This year you've gotten much more playing time. You have your career high today. What does like getting to play 30 minutes a game? What has that meant for you in terms of being able to find a niche, get into a groove, really on both ends of the floor?
I think just starting on defense, coming out and not getting more minutes just makes you less scared to make a mistake. So just being out there and being aggressive from the start really has changed it a lot for me.
Yeah.
It's all.
How meaningful was this win today? Not just because you start 1-0 in the conference, but to be able to do it without Abby and McKenzie.
I wouldn't say it was without them. I'd say it was for them. To start the conference off without them was going to be tough, and knowing that they want to be here just as bad as we want them to be here. So to get the win for them and for the rest of the team was nice.
Well, as I told our team, it's good to start with a win in conference play. It's the one time you can say you're undefeated in conference play. We know we have a tough fight again tomorrow, but I'm proud of our kids. I felt like we had a really rough first half, but our kids came around in the second, made the adjustments we needed to have. Two people stand out to me today, Payton McCallister being one, especially defensively. Her steals really helped get us some easy layups. And then AJ Catcher with her great defense today against Abby Fight. And Abby's a fantastic player. Did a great job with her today. We'll see if we can make that 2 days in a row. We'll probably have to rotate different people. But, those two kids stand out to me as far as their great defensive play that helped win this game. And proud of them. And we had some good moments, but we can be a lot better.
Okay, we'll go to questions. Bucky, why don't you go first?
Okay, Tom. And the first question, why did Abby and McKenzie not play today?
Well, Abby and McKenzie are out due to COVID protocols.
Okay.
And so they will be joining us sometime next week. So not sure, there's protocols you got to do, and that's why they weren't here. They weren't, they're great kids, so they weren't in any trouble. So.
When did you find out you weren't going to have them this weekend, and what did that do? How much difference does it make in terms of preparing a team on whatever time frame you had, knowing that neither of those two would be available this weekend?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, honestly, I don't remember when we were told, but we've had a few days to prepare. I mean, we've had this week, knowing this week that we were going to be able to, that we were going to have to play without them this weekend. So our kids knew that, and that's how we've prepared all week.
Was it? You mentioned the way the game went from one half to the next, how much of the shooting overall, was it just a matter of, in the second half, maybe kids made makeable shots that weren't made the first half, or was it just a matter of getting a little bit of ball movement?
Yeah, Bucky, I would tell you that when we share the ball and we have good movement, just from a cutting standpoint to a ball movement standpoint, we're pretty good, and we find we're shooting more in rhythm. When we hold the ball and wait and our timing's off, we're not very good, and that's what we did in the first half. And I think every time out I was talking to them about moving the ball and moving our bodies, and I think we were nervous, honestly. I think our kids felt a lot of pressure, and they were not playing the same way that I've seen in practice all week. So we had to kind of fight through those nerves a little bit, and then we got better.
Yeah. How much of a lift did Rachel give you off the bench with that little 6-0 run that she started in the third quarter that helped turn the game? Yeah,
Rachel's experience coming in, and that's what we wanted out of her, and that's what I love about Rach, is Rach is going to, she embraces any kind of role you give her and what she needs to be done. She's smart enough to know what that is, and Rachel came in and really gave us a huge lift. And, she's a physical player as well, and we really needed it at that time, so it was very timely as well.
Yeah. I was asking Payton afterwards about how important being a starter and giving her minutes have meant to her in terms of finding really a rhythm on both ends of the floor. How much of a different player do you think she's become this year, growing from coming off the bench to playing those 30 minutes a game?
Yeah, I told Payton this last week, is the fact that I think that she's probably played the best out of anybody on our team, as far as doing the little things, such as we really told her to concentrate on position defense this year, because she is a scrappy, quick athlete, and she's making so many more plays where we're getting the ball. Last year, sometimes she'd get out of position, might get a deflection, but we never got the ball. She's just making so much better plays where we're actually, her defensive plays coming up with a steal or coming up with a deflection to somebody else. So she's doing a really good job for us.
Well, what about tomorrow now? What did you see out of today that maybe you might have to try to counter, or do you just kind of come out with essentially the same plan and just do what you need to do if you have to adjust?
Well, I don't think that we necessarily played well today. We played well in spots, right. So I feel like we can get a lot better there. We didn't run all our plays, so obviously, so we still have some of those. We didn't utilize all our different defenses, so there's some things there that we can still look to do, and we debated whether we were going to use any of those today, and didn't feel like we needed them because we were still in control of the game. So there's some things we might throw in there. Kind of depends on our legs, how our bodies are feeling tomorrow, but that's something we'll talk about and walk through tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bucky, do you have any more questions?
I'm good, Tom.
Okay, we also have Janae on the line. Janae, did you have any questions for Coach Stein?
I just have one. What things did you learn today in the game that will help you when you play them next?
Well, I think the things that we learned was, probably our spacing on offense. We've got to do a better job of better spatial reading, and that's some stuff we'll go over tomorrow. Defensively, I don't think they did everything they're capable of doing either. So, there's some things that we will have to change defensively, especially with fight. There were some things that I'm sure they'll look back at the clip tape and see some things that exposed us, but they didn't see it when it was live play. So we'll have to catch some of those things and be ready for that tomorrow.